Hits by the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, summer's coming in. You can feel a little bit of the heat coming in, man. So, you guys already know I'm a big old polar bear. I've stated that before about stuff. I prefer the cold, but hey, if you prefer the hot, hey, more power to you. I'll end it at that, right? But anyway, folks, today we're going to talk about Tracy Lauren Morrow, also known to the world as rapper and actor Ice-T, right? He was first, the way I was introduced to him was in the movie Breakin' from 1984. He was on the stage rapping at the Radiotron where Turbo and Ozone. If you have seen the movie Breakin', when they're in the little the breakdancing area, and then you got Chris the Glove Taylor. Shout out to Chris the Glove. I follow you, and you follow me back on social media, my brother. Shout out. Anyway, yeah, so that was the start of when I first was introduced to Ice-T. He had the song in, I believe, 1987, had the album Rhyme Pays, and he had the infamous hit 6 in the Morning, right? I'm not going to start rapping it, guys. You look it up, right? Look it up. So therefore, I will say this before I'll go into this because I'm not here again like any other podcast that we've done or vlog, whatever you want to call it. We're not here to trash anybody, right? Ice-T was in the middle of before we get into that, he also hold on, back up. He was part of the controversy with the song in 1988, the song Colors, which was also on the movie Colors with Robert Duvall and Sean Penn, right? It talked about the reality of the street. So, was it controversial? To some, perhaps, but he was bringing out what was out there, So, in 1991, I believe it was New Jack City, where it comes from this guy who plays, who's a gangster rapper and everything, but in the movie he plays an undercover police officer, which kind of brought us into a different spectrum of him, and he really knocked out the role with Wesley Snipes, Judd Nelson, I forget, there's so many people on there, but it was the pinnacle of, not the pinnacle, but the beginning of the 90s, the New Jack Swing. So, Chris Rock is in there as Pookie, obviously, right? So anyway, guys, so that was that's to me, that film is in a sense, a mark in the beginning of a new era. So anyway, kudos to everybody in that film and writers and all that. The soundtrack was great, which had the Color Me Bad song. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on YouTube. But anyways, number one hit. Come on. Those of you that know, you know, right? So yeah. So anyhow, and oh, you know what? And then in, I believe was it 92? I believe he came out. Ice-T came out with the metal band, metal rap, I guess you could call it, Body Count. He had the album Cop Killer, which had the song, the title song in there, which was later removed. There was a big old controversy with that. But moving on forward into the more positive things, you know what I mean? That's just part of the nature of the beast, I guess, if you will, whichever way you want to look at it. But in a more positive, he's been on the TV show Law and Order since 2000. The man came from, in a sense, you know, just being a you know, an extra, not an extra, but just a side character, I guess, if you will, from Breaking onto becoming, you know, onto playing an undercover police officer, onto go on and playing just different roles in throughout movies and stuff. But he's done good for himself. I look at him as he's the guy who's living the dream and the life that all rappers should have accomplished, such as LL Cool J and Ice Cube, which are another two people that have gone into from rapping into the movie industry. But anyways, guys, with that said, I want to say it was late 95, maybe 96. I'm not sure on that. I believe it was 96, if I'm not mistaken. My buddy and I, and my nephew, who was like, I believe 7 or 8 years old at the time, shout out to Eddie, we went to LA to the Los Angeles car show, which was a tradition of mine to always go represent New Trend Central Coast Finest, right? Whether I took a vehicle or not, I went and represented. So kept them in life for quite a few years. But anyways, so we were there, and we were looking at I believe it was the lowrider car of the year. Still, no, maybe not. I don't know. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. We're not here about the politics, right? So it was called the Las Vegas car. You know, owner Joe Ray from Lowrider. I mean, you know, shout out. It was on a turntable, and those of you who don't know, they put these cars on stands and take the wheels off, and you see all the bottom chrome, and you know there's mirrors on the bottom, and all doors, hood, and everything's open, trunk is open, and they're just spinning. So you can just stand there and it just, you know, admire the vehicle for what it is, you know. But anyhow, we're standing there, and my buddy, which is my daughter's godfather, he's standing next to me. I have Eddie with me. He's small. He's a kid, and then it's just packed with people, right? So he kind of hits me on the hand, right? And he says, I said, "What's up?" He says, "Hey, look," and I look, and I see this dude standing there, right? And he looks very familiar. So I'm out in Los Angeles. We're out in Los Angeles, right? So I'm thinking, wait, like, okay, where do I know him from, right? I know where I know him from, right? And I'm thinking it's another guy from out, excuse me, from out here in Monterey County. I think, okay, it's one of the local guys I know. He came out to LA. Shoot, I need to go say hi to him, you know, or you know, it's going to seem kind of rude. But I was like, well, I don't want to go over there. You know, I'm thinking this in my head the whole time. I don't want to go over there, you know, and then not remember his name, you know. So I'm looking at the car like this, you know, I'm looking, and then I just kind of like, I look back at him, and then he's looking at me. Right? And I'm like, oh, dude, like, you know, we made eye contact, and we're looking at each other right now. He caught me. And I'm like, what's up? Like, you know, what's up, man? Like, and he goes, what's up? I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm thinking, okay, so I look back to the car. I'm like, okay, shoot, now I feel stupid now. You know what I mean? Like, well, like, now I gotta go talk to him, right? But I'm like, okay, wait, who is this person? And I'm looking back, and I'm thinking, okay, wait. I'm kind of glancing over, you know, and I look again, and then he kind of looks at me again, right? And I'm thinking, okay, dude, this is weird, you know. So this went on for a while, for quite a little, you know, not minutes, but, you know, quite a few seconds. And I looked, you know, I was looking at the car and I said, okay, you know what, I'm not going to look over there no more because this is getting weird, you know. And I was starting to get kind of like, okay, this is not good, you know. So then I was looking and I looked at him again, I go, hey, that's Ice-T. And then my buddy said, yeah, dude, that's why I told you. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And then I looked and I go, where the heck is Eddie at? Where the heck is Eddie at? So we're going crazy, right? We're like, okay, where's he at? And we're looking through, I lost him in the crowd of people, you know, right there in the car show. Indoors, it was indoors. And I'm like, what? You know, and then I looked back and he was over there shaking Ice-T's hand. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So we made our way over there. And I, you know, I went over there and then I introduced myself, and super cool dude, just like any other celebrity that I've talked about before. Humble, sweet man, just, you know what I mean? I didn't go over there and make a big old scene either, like, oh my God. No, I just went over there and said, hey, you know, how you doing? My name's Fred, you know, Good to meet you, you know, shook hands. I said, do you mind if we take a picture? He says, no. So it was the three of us, my nephew, myself, and Ice-T. Shot a picture. My buddy shot it. And back then it was those cameras, those disposable ones that you get at the you know, at the liquor store or whatever. Unfortunately, again, just much like the Eazy story, that picture did not come out for whatever reason. I think it was the flash or something. I don't know, whatever. It seemed to be enough light in there, but it just didn't come out. But anyhow, yeah, man, I just thought that was kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because I didn't recognize him at first. I was like, man, you know, who is this dude? And he was cool. He was just like, hey, you know, We shot the picture, chopped it up a little bit. And then I broke away. I never like to stick around and, you know, this, you know, ask them 20 minute questions. They're there to see the car show. They're there to enjoy the day. And that's it, man. Just go about your business, you know? So anyhow, yeah, man, that's the story of meeting Ice-T, which is great. And you know, congratulations to the man for being on the show. What is it, LA Law? Being on there that long. He's been on there since 2000. It's been what, close to two decades, 3 decades, whatever. He's been on there, very successful. Hey, that's what life is supposed to be. That's what we should all try to achieve, right? Anyhow, don't settle for mediocre success and say, well, you got to measure success. No, dude, you go for broke. But anyways, that's my story. I know it's a short one, guys, but it was just too much. It was a little awkward at first, but hey, nonetheless, I figured out who it was. Go figure, right? But yeah, guys, on that note, we'll end this one here. On a separate note, again, like I said the last time on the previous podcast, I have released an album entitled The Grindhouse, which is, again, my alias in the rap world, titled California Landmark. You'll see an ad for it at the end. My nephew Eddie Vega, which is now a grown man, he'll be coming out with his album / EP, whatnot, on June 15, 2023. You'll also see an ad for it. It's available on all streaming platforms throughout the World Wide Web. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's my spiel on Ice-T. Shout out to him. Keep doing what you're doing, sir. Hey, much love and respect always. With that, this is Two Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.